Welcome to the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix race day review. Christian Horner has been busy. Christian Horner has been dancing to Spice Girls. Christian Horner has been talking to the stewards, the FIA, you name it. He's been talking to everybody. When we all woke up the morning of the race, we all thought, yep, Hamilton got the FIA said he had to go and see the FIA stewards. The FIA said, no penalty. You slowed down for the flag. Valtteri Bottas, the moron, skidded off into the sand, and that enabled the flag to go up. Hamilton said he slowed down. The FIA said he slowed down. The steward said he slowed down. So everybody thought, that's it, that's the end of it. I was looking forward to an amazing race. I was looking forward to Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen going wheel to wheel, 1, 2 and 3 for the whole of the lap, 70 plus laps. But we never got that, did we? We never got that. Instead, we got moaning off Christian Horner. He kept nagging and nagging and nagging to the stewards. Probably all night, by the way. All night. Going to the stewards, you need to look at the video again. You need to look at the video again. Again and again and again. And the steward said, oh yeah, I do see something. Okay, we're going to give Lewis Hamilton a 5-place grid penalty. Congratulations, Christian Horner. You're a moron. Grade A moron. Grade A, right off the meat rack, moron. That's what you are. Unbelievable. I've never known anyone to bitch as much as Christian Horner. This guy ain't won a world title since 2013. He's beating him up. He's having nightmares about it. He's taking out on his family. I don't know what he's doing. Probably drinking 2 bottles of whiskey every night. Guaranteed. In his big castle he lives in. I don't know if he lives in a castle or whatever, he lives in a tower. Every single night, getting drunk, stressing. Every time I see Christian Horner on the TV, 2 worry lines here, worry line here, crow's feet here, another grey hair in his hair here. Salivating at another world title. This crap started a few months ago. Actually, about 4 or 5 weeks ago. When Christian Horner went on to Sky Sports News and started talking about this reverse grid. He said the season's going to be shortened. Let's talk about a reverse grid. He says, he come on Sky News. He says, you know what? We could do it. But there's one person who didn't agree with it. And that person is Toto Wolff. So he's naming names now. He's coming out publicly on the news, Sky Sport News, publicly naming names. So this is getting personal. He always talks about it's just business, not personal. But Christian Horner is making it personal. So what did Christian Horner go and do? He said, you know what? I'm going to say this. He comes on Sky Sports News, named Toto and said Toto didn't agree with the reverse grid. And that's why it's not happening. So the ball falls in Toto Wolff's court. It's up to him. Tried to reverse psychology with Toto Wolff. But Toto didn't bite. He didn't bite. He kept stum. Quiet. Muted. And then after that, the season starts now. He starts saying, look, Toto doesn't want to interrupt with Hamilton's 7th world title. That's why he doesn't want to do it. Well, yeah, if that's what you think. but he's publicly coming out and he's saying stuff like that. I know this stuff's been going on in F1 for years, but he can see, if anything, the pressure is getting to Christian Horner. He knows this is his only chance of winning a world title for at least 5 years. The new regulations is not coming into a couple of years. It was supposed to be next year, but now it's going to be a couple of years, and I know he hates it. So his opportunity is now. He knows he's not going to be 20 plus races this season. He knows it's going to be a shorter season. And it's funny how it's starting in Austria as well. The Red Bull Ring. Red Bull's home ground. Their home circuit. It's funny how it's starting there. I bet Christian Horner pulled a few strings for it to happen there. I bet the original plan was to have one there, but he goes, no. Probably went moaning to the stewards, moaning to the FIA. No, we have to have two there to try and give Max that edge. That's all Toto's trying to do, trying to give Lewis Hamilton the edge. But you don't see Toto Wolff going to the steward, starting moaning about decisions. That's Christian Horner. Because he's a bitch. Simple. Couldn't let it go, could he? He had to go to the steward and say, look again. You've got to look again. I bet he was there all night, didn't sleep, sitting there on his chair. You got to look again, there's something there. Nothing there. It's all in his head. All in his head. So what happened? They give Hamilton 5-place grid penalty. They didn't give him in the morning. They didn't give it him last night. No, they gave it him 10 minutes before the race started. 10 minutes. I was in total shock. But Hamilton, boom, whatever. He went onto the front, had his Black Lives Matter t-shirt. He went down on his knee, no mask. He had Vettel next to him, respect to Vettel, by the way, and a couple other drivers, Ocon and a few more, respect. Got on with the race, kept his mouth shut, got on with it. But he had no choice. It was about 5 or 10 minutes before the race started, and he got given that 5-place grid penalty. What a yoke. It was unreal. Now, another thing what shocked me as well. There was all rumours about Ferrari's car's he's not that good. Ferrari's car's nowhere, but they showed it today. Ferrari, they would be lucky to finish 4th in the Constructors' Championship. That's just fact. Fact. They'll be lucky to get 4th. They ain't getting 2nd. They ain't getting 3rd. They'll be lucky if they get 4th in the Constructors. And racing points. Absolutely amazing. They got the speed. They got the engine. They've got the chassis. Basically, it's the pink Mercedes. That's what I call it. The pink Panther, the pink Mercedes, whatever you want to call it. The car's got speed. And they've got the drivers to handle it as well. Perez, ultimate respect for Perez. It's about time a guy of that talent, the guy of that talent of Perez, has got a drive like that. And I hope he's there next season. And most likely he's not going to be next season. If there's rumours about maybe Vettel going there, I don't know. That's just rumours. I'm not saying it's fact. That's something I heard. Maybe it's probably bullshit anyway. But if Vettel goes to Racing Points and soon to be Aston Martin, they're not going to get rid of Stroll. Stroll's daddy owns most of the company. He's going to stay where, and I think they'll get rid of Stroll. I mean, they'll get rid of Perez. I hope it doesn't happen now. I hope it doesn't happen. But back to the race. Albon starts moaning and saying that Hamilton hit him. No, you should have waited, because as I see it, right, if you had, when you pit in for the soft tyres, you had 11 laps left to pass Hamilton. Hamilton was on the hard tyres. Valtteri Bottas was on the hard tyres. The dry old hard tyres. Mercedes made the mistake. They should have pitted Bottas and Lewis Hamilton when the first safety car come out. They should have went right into the pits, put the soft tyres on, and that would have been the end of it. Done. But what happened? They kept him out on the hard tyres, Albon, good strategy by Red Bull. Threw in Albon. Put the soft tyres on, and Albon had the grip. At that point, I thought Albon was going to win. At that point, Christian Horner maybe had some good luck there. But he didn't have good luck at the beginning, did he? He didn't have good luck at the beginning. You lost your boy, your number one boy, Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen. Because you know the reason why you lost Max Verstappen? Is because you went to the stewards, started running your gums, running your mouth, like a little rat, saying to the steward, you need to look at the video again. When Hamilton got that 5-race group penalty, the man upstairs was thinking, you've got it now as well. So what did he do? Max Verstappen car broke down, and that was karma. Karma. Another blood vessel in the back of his head, or another grey hair on the back of his head, another worry line. That's what happened to Christian Horner. Karma bit you in your ass. Bit you. Because you went to the stewards, you lost your man, Max Verstappen, and you had Albon left. Albon, let's go back to Albon. Albon the rookie, to me. Still a rookie move. He had the soft tyres. He should have waited a few more laps and he would have passed Hamilton. He had the soft tyres. He had 11 laps left. What was the hurry? What was the hurry? What did he do? He stuck the front of his car, his nose of his car, in front, of Hamilton, where he shouldn't have. The gap wasn't big enough. And what did Hamilton do? All Hamilton do just turn the corner. And he hit Hamilton, and that was it. Hamilton got a 5-time penalty. 5-second time penalty. 5-second time penalty for what? Martin Brundle even says, what could Hamilton actually have done? What could he have done? What? There's nothing he could have done. Nothing. But you still gave him the penalty. So that was more bad luck. So he had a 5-place group penalty, plus he had a 5-second time penalty. This guy put the bad luck. And Mercedes, it was all because of Mercedes. Because Mercedes was telling them to slow down, coast it. Before this Grand Prix, Mercedes was saying that their brakes was fine. They sorted out the problem from last year, because last year, Austria, it was absolutely horrible. Because of the high altitude of Austria, the brakes overheat on the Mercedes car. They said they sorted out the brakes. They said, no problem, we've got a new cooling system. New cooling system, no problem, it's sorted. But what happened? Same thing happened. If anything, it was worse. If anything was worse, there was no upgrade. It was a downgrade. It was a downgrade. Because when Hamilton got close to Bottas' car, they started them down back. Bono coming onto the radio and said, look, you need to slow down. We need to cool the brakes down. What happened to the new cooling system? That went out the window. Bullshit. And then Dane Bowers come on there. You know it's serious when he comes on. And he says, you need to slow down. Basically, Bottas stays in front, Hamilton stays second. And that's how it all happened when Albon got them soft tyres on. He started attacking. But there's one good thing what come out of this. One good thing. He got 3rd place. Lando Norris from McLaren got 3rd place. The 3rd youngest driver to get a podium. The 3rd youngest. I think the first was, I don't think it was Hamilton, or then it was Hamilton, then it was Leclerc. No, Vettel. No, it was Vettel, Hamilton and Leclerc. I'm not sure. No, Vettel, Hamilton and Lando. I think that's how it went. If you correct me, put the comments in below if I got it wrong. But he well deserved. He needs to get another. I think he'll get another podium this year. And the thing about it, he fought for this podium. When Hamilton got that 5-second time penalty, you know that Zach Brown was on that radio and said, you go after that 3rd place. Hamilton got a 5-second time penalty. You go after that place. You go after it. It went wheel to wheel with Perez in the Niki Lauda corner. They went wheel to wheel. He passed Perez. He fought for it and he got it. And he ended up getting the fastest lap of the race. Hats off to Lando Norris. Hats off to him. Respect. And he deserves it. And he needs to bring that fight into next season. Because when Daniel Ricciardo's there, Daniel Ricciardo's going there next season. They're going to have the McLaren. They're going to have the Mercedes engine. It's going to be like 1998, 99 all over again. Mickey Hakkinen in the McLaren. To me, one of the best McLarens ever. Not my. I watched that race on the TV the other day, and I watched that McLaren, that 98 McLaren, that Suzuka race he had, and the one he had in 99, especially the one he had in 99 with the speed. But the 98 was still the best one. And if you watch that McLaren for me could still race in today's race. I know a lot of you people think, nah, he ain't got the aero. Forget the aero. If that car was in this era, it could still do it. I know it could. Because that car had some straight line speed. Straight line speed. No restrictions then on them cars. But anyway, congratulations to Lando Norris. And you got, like I said, you have to bring that fight into next season. Now, we got some, and then we got the results here. Haven't finished. I'm going to get the results, how the race finished. You got Valtteri Bottas, P1, got the first place. Charles Leclerc, second. Third, Lando Norris. Fourth place, Lewis Hamilton. Fifth place, Carlos Sainz. Sixth place, Sergio Perez. Seventh place, Pierre Gasly. Eighth place, Esteban Ocon. Ninth place, Antonio Giovinazzi. 10th place, Sebastian Vettel. 11th place, Nicholas Latifi. 12th place, Daniel Kvyat. 13th place, Alexander Albon. And fourth, the DNFs are Kimi Räikkönen, George Russell, Roman Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen. They're the DNFs. Go and smoke that Christian Horner. Because you know he's going to moan about something else. Once he starts, he can't stop. Fastest lap was Lando Norris. Second fastest lap was Valtteri Bottas. Third fastest lap, Lewis Hamilton. Fourth, Charles Leclerc. Fifth, Carlos Sainz. Sixth, Sergio Perez. Seventh, Alexander Albon. Eighth, Sebastian Vettel. Ninth place, Antonio again. And Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Kimi Räikkönen, Daniel Kvyat, and the list goes on. So, that's how it goes. And we're going to look at the Drivers' Championship, how it looks like. We've got Valtteri Bottas on the top with 25 points. Charles Leclerc second with 18. Third place, Lando Norris with 16. Fourth place, Lewis Hamilton with 12. Fifth place, Carlos Sainz. Sixth place, now Carlos Sainz got 10th. Sergio Perez, sixth place, got 8th. Pierre Gasly, he's got 6 points in 7th place. And 8th place, Esteban Ocon, got 4 points. And 9th place, Antonio with Alfa Romeo, he's got 2 points. Sebastian Vettel in 10th, he's got 1 point. And the bottom three, Latifi, Daniel Kvyat, and Alexander Albon, yet to score a point. So we're going to look at some videos. We're going to have some interviews. We're going to have a couple of interviews today. We're going to have... we've got a bit of a cold coming. Sorry. We have... Let's start with Lando Norris. Yeah, Lando Norris. Let's start with Lando Norris. I know we've got him here somewhere. We'll do Lando Norris, and then we'll do Lewis, and then we'll do Bottas, and then that will be the wrap. Let's start with Max Verstappen actually. It says, Max Verstappen, we lost an easy podium today. Adverts, hold on.
I know it's the first race of the season and we sometimes forget that we've... Max, such a frustrating day. I know it's the first race of the season and we sometimes forget that we've waited so long for this. Can you just tell us what happened?
Well, I suddenly just lost power drive, got into anti-stall stuff, so I don't know what the problem is yet. I didn't go back yet, so yeah, we'll find out. But of course, it's not how you want to start.
Say again, sorry.
It's not how you want to start.
It's not how you want to start. I remember asking you on Thursday how you'd feel when those lights were about to go out. Can I ask you how it was feeling at that point? Were you hopeful or thought you could actually win this race?
No, I think quite quickly onwards you could see Valtteri was quite quick. I was just trying to do my own pace, you know, but yeah, it would have been an easy podium, but yeah, what can you do about it?
Basically, we're saying Bottas had the pace, so he doesn't think he would have got the win anyway. But that's what they all say. But yeah, he says that he could have got a podium. He probably could. Most likely, he would have got a podium, but it just didn't work out for him because of Christian Horner. Karma. Let's go with Lando Norris. I'm just so happy with I made an F1 podium.
Lando, what a fantastic race. This must feel pretty special. I know you McLaren drivers don't like celebrating in front of fans, do you? We had Carlos in Brazil. You here?
Yeah, we have the most awkward, awkward podiums, but that doesn't matter. I'm just super happy, super stoked to be on the podium in the first place. Yes, it would be nice to share it with the fans and to be able to hug a few more people, but yeah, I'm just so happy. I think we weren't expecting anything like this today, but you never know what can happen in Formula One. And we had the best opportunity we've ever had in terms of our pace of the car. It's been the closest to the front runners ever since I've been with McLaren and over the past however many years. So I made the most of every opportunity. Made some mistakes still, but I didn't give up, and I finished P3, so I'm very happy.
You had a couple of moments with Sergio, one in the pit lane and then out on track as well, contact. Yeah. Were there any points where you is that the Crown Prince again trying to
Probably.
get hold of you? Were there any moments out there where you were nervous about whether or not you got any damage and if you're going to...
Well, the pit lane one is nothing I could do. I was in the fast lane. It was him that released into me, so that was their own risk. We were all fine. Then the first bit was very close to me and my front wing departing each other. But I kind of got caught out with how much Perez slowed down into turn 3. But it was kind of good because it allowed me to judge where I could kind of overtake him from. But the negative from it was Charles got past me, so I wasn't too frustrated with it because the Ferrari was quite a bit quicker than us. Maybe not on the single lap, but in the race run. Since the beginning of the season, they've been very fast, so it wasn't a shock for them to come past. But allowed me to know the distance I could overtake Perez from into turn 3, which is what I did when I overtook him, and a little bit close. But I had to make an aggressive move, and if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have got the gap down on Hamilton. So I took the necessary risks today, and they all paid off.
Just finally, Carlos was in here when you were on the podium. He watched on very proudly. Well done today.
I mean, we had some good races. We had a bit of good racing. I think that's the closest we've ever raced. The first time we've actually properly raced each other. So it was fun. There was a few laps. They were my low points of the race because I was making a lot of mistakes. I kept running wide. I kept locking up. I had some big flat spots, so it was going downhill quite quickly. But I kept fighting. I hung on. Managed to break a little gap, give me a bit of breathing room, and then start focusing on Sergio and the guys ahead of me. So it was nice to have a bit of a fight with him. But I worked hard, and I'm glad I came out on top.
So sounding very positive as he should, and happy, generally happy, and I'm happy for him. And like I said, he needs to bring that into next season. That fight, the way he showed that last couple of minutes of the race, he showed that fight, and I know it's there, and it came out there, and he got the podium, well deserved. When he knew he was pressed and he was pushed, and he knew he was close to getting that podium, he showed his true talent that we all want to see. It's all right messing about, shaving your and switch for charity, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that's not a bad thing or acting the joker, but don't bring it into the race. You got to separate your life on Twitch separately to your racing. You don't want to bring the stuff on Twitch onto your racing, because that's where it's gonna get a bit complicated. But he's a professional, and he's still young at the end of the day. He'll learn, but he showed his maturity today. Well, yesterday, he showed his maturity, and I'm happy for him. And that's the only positive thing what really come out of Lewis Hamilton getting them penalties was Lando Norris getting third place. Yeah. Now let's go for Valtteri Bottas and then Lewis Hamilton. Where is he? Where's Bottas? Mr. Soft, where is he? Oh, let's go Vettel actually. Vettel happy to spin only once. To me, I'll tell you this now. Vettel does not give a crap about Ferrari. He does not give a crap. They didn't negotiate a deal with him. Nothing. They said on the phone, you're gone. See you later. Your services are no longer needed. No longer needed. See you later. No negotiation. We don't want you. Bye. We'll have Carlos Sainz instead. Now Vettel, I know he's going to play it up on camera and he's going to say this, that he's got respect. But he's going to bury Ferrari every chance he got. He comes out and says, that negotiating thing. They didn't even negotiate with me. He said, Vettel come out and said, didn't negotiate with me. They just said, we don't want you to see it later. So that's the starting of the burial. This is another part of the burial. Vettel says, happy to spin only once in the Austrian Grand Prix. So it's showing he doesn't care.
Well, to be honest, I'm happy that I spun only once, so it was very difficult.
You don't give a crap?
It got very tight, and yeah. I think it was Carlos, I don't know, one of the McLarens turned in, and I was just on the edge because I wanted to be as close as possible. And
Name Carlos.
To be honest, I lost the rear a couple of times today, so yeah, as I said, I'm quite happy that it happened only once.
You said via radio that the car was undrivable. What happened between Friday and Sunday?
We don't know, we need to have a good look, but for sure the car was very difficult today. I tried my best, obviously the safety cars helped us. It was quite entertaining in the end, but not the result that I wanted.
So there you go. Doesn't want to know, doesn't care. He just wants to get out of there, he wants to go back to the hotel, do his thing. He don't give a crap about Ferrari, and you can tell by his voice. Doesn't care. He wants to bury Ferrari any chance he's got. Done. And he actually named Carlos. Said it's probably Carlos like him. I don't know. It's one of the McLarens, but he named Carlos. Funny how he named Carlos, and he's the one who's going to Ferrari. Trust me. Trust me. Read between the lines. Let's go for another one. Let's go for Valtteri Bottas, and then Lewis Hamilton, and then it's a wrap. Can't find Bottas. Where is he? Anyway, forget it. I was going to get Lewis and I'm off. Lewis Hamilton, and then we're off.
Well, Lewis, that was certainly a frenetic race to come back to Formula One with. Just talk me through how you're feeling right now about everything that went on. We know we heard the team saying you've both got to look after your cars. Valtteri's was in a worse state at that point. You then had the contact with Alex and a penalty that's taken you off the podium.
Yeah, I don't really feel particularly anyway right now. I think the race is done, and I just feel like moving forwards. Of course, it's not been a great weekend for me, and I think that yesterday was entirely my fault. It was a bit odd for sure today in the preparation to all of a sudden get a penalty, but it is what it is, and that didn't destabilize me. It just encouraged me to just go out there and try and drive as best I could, and I feel like I did. Obviously, I had great pace to catch up with Valtteri, and then a really unfortunate scenario with Alex. I mean, I can't believe we've come together again, but it really felt like a racing incident. But either way, I'll take whatever penalty they feel I deserve and move forwards.
When you consider today and the team telling you guys so much to look after the cars, does that bring you concerns for next weekend? Do you think it's something you can resolve by next weekend? Is it the curbs here that some of them are just so hard that these vibrations they put through it mean that next weekend you're going to have to play it really safe? I think everyone is.
I really don't know what all the problems are. Obviously they tell us to stay off the curbs, but I don't believe it's suspension, for example, which is usually from the curbs. I think it's something else, and so I don't know whether they're going to be able to fix it in 3 days or 4 days, but I wouldn't put it past my team to, they're such intelligent and hard-working people. I'm sure they'll be already working right now for a solution. Whether or not we can bring it to the next one, we'll wait and see.
So Lewis Hamilton standing positive as always, saying, look, whatever they're going to give me, they're going to give me, which I don't think he deserved any penalty. Not time, not grid, none. But that's my opinion. This is Solo P1 signing out of the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix race day review. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Solo_P1. I'll be streaming F1 2020 tomorrow, all day tomorrow on my Twitch channel, Solo_P1, the Schumacher edition, early access. So look out for that. I've got a few unboxings. I've got loads of unboxings coming. Just got to upload them to my YouTube, tag them, everything, to look out for them. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is Solo P1 signing out of the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix race day review. Bye.